Good morning, Mayap Abak, as we say here in Pampanga. Welcome back to Casa TexPina. We are on build day number 69. So today, Friday, still one more work day in the week. We'll have to walk around and see what we're expecting today. The welders did a lot of trusses yesterday, so they did a lot of the template build on the trusses, the standard style trusses. So they'll use those when they start working on the roof, and then cut them down to size as necessary. Throughout the rest of the house, they are doing lots of plaster coating and doing the windowsill nosing. That's my new term this week. I learned something new, so I'm going to use it until I remember it. The rest of the way through, they are still plaster coating in the master bedroom. They put in 2 doors in the master bedroom. Sorry, not full doors, just the frames. So they have 2 more door frames that they're gonna locate and put those in place. And then they're still continuing with the roof beams, starting in they're completing from the back of the house near the master bedroom. They're going to continue around back to where they started, and then they'll go back and fill in some of the smaller sections that didn't get completed on the initial run through because they were only doing the long spans first. Okay, well, it's a little overcast this morning, which is good for these guys. However, it is kind of humid. So, you know, we're sitting at probably about 80 to 85% humidity, and it is currently 86 degrees, getting up to 95. So yeah, it's going to be a warm day. Hopefully the humidity dies down a little bit. Yeah, let's get started. Look, let's go ahead and walk through the house. Morning, Ben. Still working in the office. Plaster coating that side. You can see Mr. Justin is working the hallway, plaster coating. I'm going to take a run through here. Good morning. Pulling out some of the excess fill, putting it somewhere else, huh? Yeah.
Prepare flooring.
Okay. So we're going to prepare the flooring for the...
Salo, sobra. You put here.
Yeah.
The excess of cement here.
Okay. So we're going to get it down to grade and then put back the rebar. Looks like he's using that fill material to fill in here in the Jack and Jill bath area. All right, working into the master suite. Let's see what our morning. You're okay. Okay. All right. Morning. How you doing, Alex? Doing a little chip work on the columns and beams that are a little wider than they needed to be, so we're going to make them all smooth again. Ang gawin niya, plaster coat. I found my electrician. Maya Babak. Hey Jojo, you're too tall for that job. Alright. Ano ginagawin mo, Ken? Whoops. Oh, switch. Okay. Alright, Mr. Edmund is still working the downspouts. Working the 90-degree elbows on those. That's what you see going on right here. And then over here on the back of the building, Mr. Alex and Mr. Marvin over here on the bending table are going to be putting in the roof beams up at the top. All right, time for a little walk around just before lunch. Let's see what our plumbers are doing. Looks like they took a break. The come over here, take a better look. The jackhammer they were using before over here, I think they burned the motor out on it. It came by when I was doing the time lapse earlier, and that poor thing was smoking. It smelled like burnt electric and burnt marshmallows. I don't know where the marshmallows came from, but it smelled like marshmallows. So what they've chiseled out here so far, we've got hot water coming from above. That's going to be coming from the solar hot water heater, which actually is going to be just above us, between this room and the garage, so just kind of directly over our head. Then that hot water also goes around and it's going to be here for the sink, because there's going to be a big sink here in the utility room. Also, we've got the cold water chiseled out and around the room, and that's going to come in, and that's going to come up here, and that's actually going to come from underneath. So not a direct water line from the outside to here. It's going to come from somewhere else. I'm not sure where they're going to bring it in from, but this is still a little bit above floor level as well. If you can see where that piece of rebar is here, that's actually floor level, plus about another 2 or 3 inches for tile in that area. So we'll catch this a little bit after lunch, when they've got some of the PPR piping in place. That was the piping that I showed you guys on yesterday's video, doing the hot fusion piping. Well, fresh out of mortar for the plaster coating, so let's go see where they're doing that at. All right, the gentleman on steel duty, or doing the beams, the roof beams, are working their way around. Still here on this end, that's Mr. Alex up there on the top rung. I'm still working on that. Actually, I'm going to sneak under his head and hope I don't get hit. Okay, looks like Mr. Jericho is still working on the south wall in the master bedroom. So he's still working. That's going to be probably the rest of the day for him. That's a lot of mortar work to do. All right, let's go look around the rest of the way. All right, let's come on into the house. Back here into the master. As I showed you, Mr. Jericho was working over there a minute ago. Looks like Mr. Jojo is here doing some cleanup on the inside of the door frame. And Mr. Tulk has marked the locations for the outlets near the sink area. Alright, so in the master bath, they've been completing the finishing, the plaster coating here. The hole you see here is going to be the switch. Speaking with the electrician, we're actually going to relocate the outlets down and to the left a little bit. So they're going to be 110 centimeters off of the floor and in probably about 20 to 30 centimeters from the corner. Same thing on this side. We're going to move from directly above the sink to down next to the sink, down here where you see the scratch mark on the wall, because there should be a sink basically about this area, and I don't want the electric right next to the sink, so I want to be able to have it nearby but not exactly on it. And then the one in the water closet area hasn't been located yet, but it will be. Let's see if you can take a look, see where it's going to go. Wow, yeah, that's a good spot. because it's just there for the bidet. Yeah, the toilet that we're putting in that room has an electric bidet function. All right, in the office, Mr. Ben's still working on the plaster coat. It's a fairly large wall, so it's going to take some time. He's almost getting to the point where he's getting about ready to screed. He'll probably screed this after lunch. Back over here, going down the guest hallway, Mr. Justin is still readjusting the scaffolding there, and he's going to continue working the bottom half. He may even start on the other side of the wall and get this piece here where it goes around the corner. All right, let's take a quick look inside. Okay. Be good. So they're doing compaction in here now. They moved out a lot of the excess soil, moved it into the Jack and Jill bath next door. They're going back around and bending the rebar back down, so it'll be they'll put in the grid here shortly. Into the Jack and Jill bath. So we've got that all somewhat filled in. All right, Mr. Lauren, we have, let's see, cold water coming in from outside, turning, going up. We've got a gate valve so we can shut it off for this room. Comes up to the sink, goes across up for the dishwasher, oh sorry, washing machine. Then we've got the hot water coming down from the solar hot water tank to the excuse me, to the washing machine, and then over to the sink area. All right, looks good. So then we still got the drain, floor drain into the pipe, and that drain for the washing machine. All right, looks good. All right, post lunch, let's take a quick walk around. Mr. Marvin and Mr. Alex are up on are up on top doing the roof beam. This is above the master's bedroom. Let's go take a walk around real quick and we'll show what the inside looks like. All right, coming into the front door. Almost there. It's in the office area. Let's go back and take a look. Yeah. Kind of hard, too many people in one spot. So the plumber's going to relocate here soon. Okay, so the inside of the master closet is just about finished. We've only got 2 more walls to do, and that's here and this side. Once they get the columns poured, then they'll refinish all that as well. You can see where he's roughed in, the electrician has roughed in on the outlet and the switch. The switches are a little high here, but it's okay, we get used to it. You just learn to reach high instead of the normal. When we're in the States, the normal is usually down here around 4'5", 4'6". Here it's up a little closer to around 5 foot. 1.5 meter is their normal. Okay. My steel man's doing mason work. What's up with that? Alright, you see we got 2 doors in now, 2 door frames, and the one for the water closet. Alright, the electricians are gonna, well, the plumbers are gonna move in here shortly. Electrician's working out in the master bedroom now. Mr. Jericho's slaving away still, working on the south wall for the master bedroom. Still working on the plaster coat. Looks like he's Mr. Tuck is going to poke through a piece of conduit to run the electric, to do a home run. Mr. Tuck, that's for a home run? Home run, ne? To the circuit breaker? Ah. Yes, sir. All right, coming back into the guest side. Mr. Justin's smoothing out the wall on this side. Eventually this is going to look like that, nice and smooth. The gentlemen here in the third bedroom are prepping the floor. So they've already compacted, put in the G1 gravel. The next thing they need is spacers and the rebar. So they're going to do the rebar first and then spacers after that. Looking good. All right, we got a shipment in, we got a delivery. We got 5 bundles of 10mm rebar. Plan 100. Oh wow, somebody's gonna have a headache. We got 100 bags. Usually they take them off here, they throw it on top of their head, and then they walk inside the bunkhouse and throw it off. Those aren't light either. All right, it's almost closing time, and it is time for a walk around. Let's see where people are at and what they're doing. The plumbers left a little earlier this afternoon, around 2:30-ish. They'll be back tomorrow and start working in the master's bath area. These are the welders over on the side. They're wrapping up with, looks like number 15 or 16 on their stack of trusses. My metal men up on the top, steel men doing the roof beams are continuing now with one of the long spans on the north side of the house. They will most likely continue that tomorrow as well. Okay, let's continue around, see what else is happening. I know in the bedroom area, in bedrooms 2 and 3, they were prepping the floors, getting them ready for concrete. What do they got going on here? Looks like they're just trying to do some plaster coating on the inside and starting on the out. Fixing some of the corner edges, filling in some of the holes. See how he's doing here, getting this prepped for when they go to do the plaster coat over the whole thing. Doesn't have as many big holes to fill. Okay, let's start back in the master bath and walk our way out. Okay, master bath area. The plumbers and the electricians will be working in here tomorrow. The wall around the doorway got finished, so all of the walls within the master bath have been plastered, at least up to the point to where they're going to connect forms for when they pour the concrete on the columns and roof beams. We've got door frames in for the main door coming into the master bath and the door that's going to go into the water closet area, and they'll start working in this area tomorrow. All right, let's go back out into the bedroom. Mr. Justin over here, Mr. Jericho over here trying to hide from the heat and the sun. That's full up all. He's wrapping up on that side. Cleaning up. Mr. Ben back there helping him out. Sobrang mapali yan. They're cooking back there. Okay, so that means the office wall was done as well. You see the plaster coat. This one got finished today. This piece here was done within the last couple days. And they will finish this area once these get poured. Okay, let's keep walking. Mr. Talk has been running, see if you see the orange, where is it? There you go, the orange conduit around the room and the living room, and getting ready to make a home run to the circuit box that's out in the garage. Okay, this got finished yesterday. This whole wall was done today. Mr. Justin's been a busy man. All right, let's continue down the hallway. Okay, so this room here is just about prepped and ready for concrete. They still got to put some spacers in, and we'll work that. Looking back into the bedroom 2, beginning stages. They're getting it all wet and make sure we've got space. They're going to start digging some of the excess dirt out and then start tamping. Okay, so that's where everybody's at this afternoon. Well, folks, it's yabba dabba do time. That means it's close of business. Today is Friday. Tomorrow morning will be Saturday and payday. So build day 69 has come to a close. We've gotten quite a bit of roof beams done today. A lot of plaster coating done on the inside. So the master's bath is pretty much plaster coated, with the exception of the water closet for that area. The office has been completed, all 4 walls. The dining room has 2 of the 3 walls done. Let's see what else has been done. Oh, the bedroom number 3, the floor has been prepped for concrete. So they took out the excess fill, put in some G1 gravel, which is what you see over. You might not be able to see that. That's got a bad glare. So the G1 gravel in there, and then filled it with. Went over the top with the rebar. They put up the rebar for the. Well, in the States we would use 6x6 wire mesh. Here they use number 10 rebars. Oh, sorry, a 10 millimeter rebar, and that's going to be the strengthening for the concrete. The electrician, my electrician, Mr. Talk, has continued roughing in the electric, both in the office. Sorry, not the office, and the living room, as well as parts of the master bath. So again, we got quite a bit done today. It has been bright, hot, and sunny. High humidity all day. So these guys are drenched. They are hot, a lot of sweat, and getting a lot of work done. All right, so we'll see you guys here again tomorrow for build day number 70 tomorrow, as they keep prepping for getting ready to pour concrete sometime next week up on the attic floor slab. So until then, if you like today's video, please give us a big thumbs up. If you'd like to see more of these videos, hit the subscribe button or the Casa TexPina star right over here, and you'll be subscribed. Hit the bell icon just below the view screen, and you'll be notified. While you're below the view screen, leave us a comment. Let us know how we're doing. Also, hit the share button. Let's spread the word. Casa TexPina is building a house. Until then, till we see you guys again tomorrow, have a great afternoon, and God bless. Thank you for watching. If you liked today's video, please hit like, subscribe, and hit the little bell icon to be notified when our next video becomes available.